Hi, gorgeous lights. Welcome to the Spirit Whispers Wisdom for the day. Now, the word that they have asked me to actually talk about today is faith. When I was little, and I've had Spirit around me my entire life, they said to me that there would be three things that I came to actually do in this lifetime. And one of them, the three of them would be faith, love, and hope. And I remember thinking, because I was only really little, that I really didn't understand to a degree what that would actually mean. And then probably over the last couple of years, I've really come to realise that faith is not a blind thing. It's not something that we blindly do by not taking an action or just going, oh, I'm just going to have faith that that's going to actually turn out. That doesn't, saying it and not owning it doesn't change a thing. You've got to have faith, thank you, Spirit said, faith in the art of doing. Faith that if you persist long enough, if you fall down 7 times, if you get up 8, then you're going to actually eventually land exactly where you need to be and what you're actually doing. And one of the things that's been really confronting for a lot of my clients, and confronting for myself over my lifetime, is the realisation that the universe is working for you most of the time. They've just told me off saying most of the time, is working for you all of the time. It's just by our limited perspective, we have in our human emotions and wounding and programming and all those things that actually happen to us, that we can, I'm hearing this song, I'm all out of faith, this is how I feel. Yes, and we have massive times that we do feel that we don't have faith in a situation, a person, and we need to lose faith in those things or those experiences to regain faith in ourselves. So I can understand what they're talking about when they talk about faith. And they worded it to me this way just before when I was wandering around outside. As they said, talk about the faith that you had to have in yourself. Say that you learnt to ride a bike when you were young and you fell off so many times and you got disillusioned and you thought, I can't do this, I'm never going to learn it. You desperately wanted maybe a parent or a sibling to keep pushing you so they could do most of the work. But at some point you had to have faith in yourself that you would master an understanding, or you would master the experience, or you would master the situation or what you're actually trying to do, in this case riding a bike. You had to have faith in yourself that you were able to do that. Now, we quite often forget this, and we forget that faith in ourselves is a crucial part of the whole of our life path, because it's very easy to give in to disillusionment. It's very easy to give in to feeling picked on, feeling isolated, feeling lonely. But these are all situations that rely on you coming back to working internally and having faith in yourself that you are the solution to your own problems. Now, the reason also why I wanted to talk about faith is, interestingly, that 2024, which we're now entering, gosh, seriously, terrible of time I had to think about that, is going to be, we don't like divisive, situations, but the planet's going to divide a little bit more. And it's going to divide very, very simply, Spirit says, into those who say, I can't, and surrender an unwillingness to change or be the change that is already happening on the planet anyway. And there will be, I can. And they're asking you to choose, interestingly, they've just said which side of faith that you're going to lean into, because we can have a faith that someone else will sort stuff out for us, that a government might sort things out, a pastor might sort things out, a parent might sort things out, a sibling might sort things out, a partner might sort things out, and we can have faith that that will happen for us. And we can get quite frustrated when those people, situations, everything just they don't do it. They don't sort it out for us. And we go, oh, I've lost faith in that person, and I've lost faith in that situation. I've lost faith in that. When we put all of our emphasis on, as Spirit says, which side of faith, then you can be expecting everybody else or every other situation to turn up in your best interest. Well, they're not you. they're not you. So you have to be able to have faith in yourself. And I keep hearing that song when I find myself in times in trouble, Mother Mary comforts me. Well, it's that knowing, or that deep faith inside of yourself that you have got this, that you, the divine working through you, the Christ consciousness working through you, in the universe working through you, whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. But at the end of the day, you have to find that, to rally, to rise again, and find your own faith. And they really wanted me to remind you that when you were learning to ride a bike, you had to have this kind of faith. You had to have the fundamental belief that you could overcome this, or you could learn to swim, or you could learn how to do a job, you can master something, and you can learn how to do a sport, you can learn how to sing, you can learn. The key word here is learn. But the other word that's in between it is having the faith to decide that you're capable of this, because everything has to start somewhere, and it has to start with your degree of recognition of what you're actually capable of. Now, in our societal programming, which says just fit in, don't stand out, it can kind of put you into a position where you don't see yourself in entirety of how incredible and how amazing and how wonderful you are as a creative being. And don't get me wrong, like I have lots and lots of people say to me over the years, it's okay for you, you know, you seem have some inside answers, or you seem to know what you're doing, or whatever. I've had to learn these things along the way with very, very little support for the internal processes. It has come from me stopping, pausing, listening, having faith in what Spirit is giving me to experiment enough, because I don't do it for me. I've experimented enough in my own life and have faith in my own life. Remember, they told me I'd run on faith, love and hope, that things will turn out the best way it's supposed to be in the end. So I have a lot of faith, if you like. Now, it's not, I want to revisit this again because they're talking about blind faith. Blind faith is not taking an action in your own journey, which is your journey, which is your, I love what they just said, adventure. Then you have to have faith in yourself to complete your adventure. Nobody's, they just made me laugh because they showed me life as like a scavenger hunt, right? With lots of clues along the way and lots of things for you to figure out and lots of little mini challenges in between and little rewards. And one of the things that you also have to have faith in is your ability to celebrate in your uniqueness what you accomplished for yourself, because they've just showed me there's no lines of cheerleaders, well there is on the other side, but no lines of cheerleaders down here going, whoa, you got this, come on, you can do that. We can all have those amazing friendships or maybe families that do this for us, but you have to be your own biggest cheerleader in the way that you're facing things. And right at the moment, there's a lot of songs around, and I love how they give me songs because it's the quickest way for them to give me a startling bit of insight from a song lyric. And the song lyric that's playing around humanity at the moment is, I'm all out of faith, this is how I feel. Yep, absolutely. You're allowed to feel that, but you're not supposed to get lost in it. Emotions are temporary, and there, for every bad there's something good. It's just the being able to actually see the good in a situation, the gift in a situation, and that requires you having faith that things will shift around and that this is temporary and that emotions are temporary, that you can choose to let your emotions consume you, or you can let your emotions actually teach you and help you to learn an awful lot about yourself. And I think one of the things that people keep forgetting to stress on the earth plane journey, and I can say that you're amazing, incredible, unique, wonderful human being because I can see that you are, but you have a soul contract also with your own self to be here and learn a lot of things for yourself. So it's not about everybody else. It's seriously not. It is about understanding, having faith that you've got this for you, and being able to actually go, well, if I'm losing faith in that person or faith in that and faith in that, then there's one person left for me to have faith in too, is myself. And you can do this. It's just shifting and changing a mindset that says, you know, all these negative things are happening to me, and turning it around and going, they're happening for me, to strengthen me, to help me to see how amazing I am, to help me to see how strong I am, to help me to see how I'm learning and I'm growing in the soul contract that I have with myself. And I think as human beings, it's really easy, particularly if we weren't nurtured or taught to self-regulate or nurture our emotions growing up. And I kind of want to word it this way, because I've talked to people a lot about this in the last couple of weeks, is that, you know, generationally, we had, say, our parents or our grandparents or great-grandparents were labelled the silent generation. Well, they didn't talk about these deep emotional things, and human beings have 34,000 emotions, and we run the gauntlet of that every day, but nobody actually talks about it or talked about it generationally. And notoriously, these are the ones that came back from war, and what they wanted to do is they'd seen so much atrocities and so much awful stuff that they wanted to come back and create stability. So they focused on that, and they had lots of kids to create stability and a sense of family and a sense of wonder and a sense of joy. And they taught them that creating stability was really, really important. So the boomer generation, if you like, which came next, was very focused on what they could create, you know, property, accumulating wealth, all of those sort of things, because their parents taught them stability. They did not teach them to communicate or emotionally communicate. They came back from war notoriously, and they didn't talk about what happened, and they came back with trauma, and they just really wanted stability. So then the boomers were taught that, create stability, but probably, I know for my parents, didn't really know how to juggle their emotional states and where they were at and how they deeply felt about things. So I'm technically a Gen X, and the Gen Xers, there was a few of us, you would notoriously go play outside, come back when it's dark. And so we learned resilience and we learned persistence, which are really, really good things. But we also didn't actually get taught hugely about emotions. And at the moment, it's really important to understand that emotions are a huge part of human beings, and regulating and learning to self-regulate is about learning to have, like riding a bike, you're having to learn all these things along the way across your human journey as well. And you need to give yourself credit for that, but you also need to give yourself faith for understanding that in our societal programming, no, you probably didn't get given all of these. So you could lose faith that your parents weren't there for you or wouldn't emotionally support you. You can't ask someone to emotionally support you that doesn't know how to do it. So you have to have faith in how you nurture yourself. So this is a subject that I keep hearing that this is a song that never ends. Thanks, guys. But there's some truth in that, because unless you're taking the time, slowing it down and going, how do I truthfully feel about this? And is it my belief structure? I mean, do I have faith in that? Or is it something that I was taught? Because remember, everybody else is going to have an opinion around you. And when you talk to somebody else, you're actually trying to get them to validate how you feel, when you need to validate and have faith in how you feel is what you feel. And that's enough. Nobody's going to come in and fix that. Nobody's going to problem solve for you. You're this amazing, incredible, creative being that has to have faith in you. And I love that. And I want you to think about it. Where do you congratulate yourself for what you achieve on a daily basis because you are in the day that's the most important to you? You're in the moment that's most important to you. When do you see yourself within this moment as this incredible, amazing human being that's walking around, and the world will be a lesser place, and I'm going to keep stressing this in these videos, a lesser place without you in it, because everybody that cares about you or loves you needs you to be fully present in it as well. Can you have a little bit of faith in that? Because that's actually really important too. You're not out of faith. You're finding your faith, and you're finding faith in yourself. And then when you find faith in yourself, it radiates off you, and you connect with other people that are at your frequency. Now's the time to do it. The planet is undergoing all of this situation to get us to learn to have faith in ourselves. We need to start working on that. Today's a great day to start. Take care of you.